Professor Fatih Cetin from Nigde Ömer University. He is faculty member of the Management Science in Turkey. Fatih has received his PhD in Business Administration from Ankara University. He is a professor of business and strategy in the Business Administration Department at Nigde Ömer University. His research focuses on the field of positive organizational behavior and knowledge management studies. He has authored over 100 publications, including journal articles, book chapters, and proceedings. His recent researches have appeared in the Journal of General Psychology and many other publications. If I introduce our co-author, Professor Dr. Chen, who is called Casey Chen, it will be a much longer speech because he is very famous and a great co-author. Professor Chen is Professor of Business Information Systems at Harvard College of Business, Western Michigan University, and he is John W. Snyder Faculty Fellow. He's also keynote speaker last year, 2020. We had him here in the conference. Casey is an active researcher whose work has been published in reputable journals and other publications outlets. He currently serves on the editorial advisory boards of Information Resource Management Journal, International Journal of Information Systems and Change Management, and many others. The list is long, Casey. He is John Snyder Faculty Fellow. He has Outstanding Research Paper of the Year, Internet Research Journal 2015, Outstanding Research Award, Harvard College of Business 2015, Best Research Award, Department of Business Information 2015, and he is Fulbright Specialist since 2011. Casey, it's a pleasure to have you. Fatih, it's a pleasure to have you as well. The floor is yours, and I know you researched a lot with lots of discussions, and I'm really curious, what is the result now?
Thank you, Markus.
Professor Dr. Irge Sener at Kankaya University in Turkey for strategic management, corporate governance, competitiveness, entrepreneurship, and she holds a degree from Baskenet University.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. We actually, with KFC and Irge, we explore how the trust is formed. The formation trust is our topic. Actually, researchers are studying trust for several decades, but there's just a number of definitions, mainly because people trust thresholds differing according to their attitudes, dispositions, behaviors, perceptions, decisions, situations. There are lots of, factors on that. So there is no universal definition of trust. So establishing this conceptualization is significant to understand its outcomes and also its effects on the other constituents. And it is on generally shared experience repeated over time, and it is sometimes definitely trait and like a personality. But dispositional trust or propensity trust is shows the personal general tendency of trust to others. So this is the issue, maybe the starting point of trust constructor. So our aim is how the propensity trust goes to other behaviors, so trust on others' behaviors in our study. And there is I'm sorry, my son is here coming on. Hello, sorry. I'm so sorry about that. The previous studies are look for some mediators and enablers of relationship between the propensity of trust and outcomes variables, but there is little knowledge on this relationship actualized in the workplace, especially in the digital workplace. So in this research, we explored how this tendency of trust associated with others' behavior in the digitalized environment, with some intermediary states. These are some trust in people in the workplace. Actually, this looks based on the psychological, but social psychological perspective. We can combine it together because as Blaus put forward, the social exchange requires trusting others to discharge their obligations. So the mutual relations indicate successful social relationship, which leads to actually a formation of trust. So, so let me go our model, because our model is how the trust, dispositional trust goes to trust co-workers' behaviors in social media. This is actually a direct relationship between and known maybe in the literature, but we also explored how the trust behaviors shaped by the trust in the environment people. I mean, in the workplace, the people who are managers and other administrative staffs, and also the people in, especially the technical people. I mean, the people who manage or who support the digital environments. They are also constructing the digital devices, process, and technologies in the workplace. So this is our actually research model from the data. The data is based on the sample of more than 5,000 people from more than 30 countries. And this is the project, the Markus and the others project in digital trust at the workplace. We have used just 14 questions to measure our constructs. And also we've established a structural equation modeling with using the SMART PLC program, which is a good research program for exploring some formative and reflective structures at the same time. So let me show our results very shortly. This is the results. This is the goodness of the model and the results. It all shows that the direct relationship between the disposition to trust in others' behaviors is shaped by the environment. So in general, we can say that the environmental factors such as technology or process or other people behaviors much more effective in formation of others' behavior, trust in others' behaviors. So it's a kind of result that we need to focus on what are the other environmental factors, such as technologies or process, on shaping the trust beliefs or trusting the others' behaviors in the workplace. And this is maybe one solution from not psychological but social psychological perspective. So if the environment is trustful in terms of people, in terms of process, and in terms of technology, individuals maybe much more have tendency to trust others' behaviors. So this is the very preliminary findings of the research, but we need to, maybe more studies are needed for the future exploration in terms of what kind of environments may be trustful or supporting, promoting trust, or the opposite. So it needs more research on that point, because our data are, very limited on that point. But this is just a preliminary result of that. So thank you for listening. Very shortly, I am trying to explain. Sorry, my son is have just from the school, and I need to hello to him. Is there any question?
Maybe Casey can summarize a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Well, I can add a couple of points if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
So Fatih, could you, if you don't mind, could you scroll back to slide number 6, our model? Number 6.
That one?
Or actually, that is better to show number 8 because we have coefficients right there.
That
yes.
one?
Thank you very much. Well, a couple of points I would like to address are these, that after listening to the previous presenters, the Professor Arindam Das actually mentioned about the liquid trust. He mentioned about the Industry 4.0 human-computer interactions, and a key point that actually surfaced was that, sometimes a trust that can be engendered because of interactions with the objects, no matter what the objects are, people or environment or computers or AI objects. When you are interacting with the objects more and more, you're basically building mini success bit by bit. And then eventually that kind of interaction will actually foster your trusted belief of that object, right? Well, going back to Professor Gonzalez, Calcar's presentation, she mentioned about intercultural experiences, knowledge sharing, collaborated work. Those are also interactions as well. So if you have a chance to go back to our model, you see actually 2 different routes leading to the trust behavior. Well, the first route is actually the intrinsic route, the propensity of trust, leading to actually trusting the workers' behavior. That's the human nature, the trusting nature. But trusting nature can be swayed or changed by the environment, as Fatih actually mentioned. Well, the environment here we are trying to prove is that the interactions with people, and these are the people that at the workplace. But the thing is that those are 2 different groups of people. As one group, as Fatih actually mentioned, one group of people actually have access to your data, to your sensitive data, to your information, to all that. Then are you trusting them more or not? Well, versus the other people trusting on non-IT people, these non-IT people that may not have access to your personal data, but they actually have a direct interaction with you, right? So therefore, the 2 people aspects that we are presenting right here, we are presenting the people interactions. And we are trying to see that whether that kind of interaction could actually foster the eventual trust of the dependent variable here. So what do you see from our model are 2 different routes. One is the trust of propensity, the intrinsic belief. And the other one is trust fostered by interaction with people. And then the good news is that both routes, the direct effect coming from the disposition of trust versus the indirect effect, the trust on non-IT people, trust on IT people, those are the mediators. Well, those are the indirect routes of trust. Both routes are very potent. So in other words, that your built-in trust versus your experience-based trust, that they are all contributing very robustly to your trust of the coworkers' behavior. So this is actually a major theoretical contribution we are presenting to you, right? Well, we are saying that, it's not just about your intrinsic trust, because that can be affected by so many things. The environment, people, gadgets, or the computers, or whether it's a human or not. Well, so many things could actually sway the original belief. And while we are proving that your personal interaction with people also have a big effect on your eventual trust. So this is really a major theoretical contribution. And also that is not just the model itself. We are testing this across the 30 countries. right? So there is that generalizability right there that shows that about these two routes are equally potent across about the 30 different countries. So that generalizability is there as well. So there are multiple theoretical and practical contributions coming out of this model. So those are the couple of points I want to add. Thank you.
These are the critical points. Yes, I just go fast, very. I'm stressed.
Yeah, that's okay, because we work really, really nice together. That we actually experimented with the model so many times. Looking at from many different angles, and then eventually we settle on this version. Fatih and I actually going back and forth using Facebook and emails and even chat so many times. Then we figured that this model actually has a lot of insights of what to present. So that's why we presented to you. Hopefully that helps.
Thank you, Casey.
Yeah, thank you, Fatih.